Hello, and I hope this week is going to be better than last. This is very exciting to be here. I was going to count Fridays since mid-March, and I'm not sure. We're in the high 20s, I think. Happy to be here, as always. And and I will move that sweater away from my chair because that doesn't look good. Okay, that's better. Okay. Very much hoping that I can be, well, I could be seen and heard. I'm throwing cards around there. Um, the issues last week, I never did resolve them. I did wind up with a 40-minute video, so all was not in vain. And I had a lovely visit with the client who appointed herself my liaison. It was wonderful. Very, very lucky that way. I am blessed with just the best clients and followers. I really am so lucky. So today is October the 2nd, and it is my intention is to ask the cards about energy that is with us for October. And I suppose I should, at the moment I'm talking only to the video, I'm going to say if you're there and you're human, I'm not seeing you, so please ding me with a message so that I know that there's something profoundly wrong with my account, because that would be a repeat of last week. Right now, I do not have evidence of human participation in this endeavor. So I think last week being the very really unexpected and unpredictable event that it was, I didn't draw a card for the community. So I'm going to do that right now so that we have a card for October for everybody who is either seeing this as a video on Facebook or in YouTube later on. So an energy that is with us for the month of October 2020. And goodness knows we have a lot of stuff going on in the world. Okay, the cards want us to think about, about complexity. Regina, you're here. Terry Edgar, how lovely. Oh, that's nice. Okay, I will talk about this later, but I have drawn number 23, complexity, for a community card. It's so good to see you. Yes, Regina, of course, a card. Terry, let me know in the comments if you would like a card. And this is so good. I had just a peculiar week last week, and I never saw a comment until after it was finished. So I'm very happy to see people here today. So Regina, talking about energy that is available and around you during October, something for you to be thinking about, an October energy, now that we're in this new month. For Regina, okay, we have card. Oh, look at this. I can't see you as in see your faces, but your names in the text box were absent last week, so I'm thrilled to see them this week. Okay, so this is Regina's card. It's number 21. It's released. It's very appropriate to the season. This is apples on leaf litter and forest floor that are, they have completely released all possibility of ever being apples. They are in that stage, the liminal space between being apples and being compost, essentially. Releasing all of their integrity, releasing the expectations that an apple might have had, and going with the flow, because their nutrients now are going to go into the earth. They're going to become part of the yeah, structure that is going to feed the roots, that is going to go back into the tree, up the trunk, and just be a continuous part of a continuous cycle, as we all are in life. So it's a time of change. It's a time of transformation and transition, going from one stage to another. Two is the number for community. One is your identity, and they're joining together into a three, which is a really creative number. It's the place where inspiration can reach you. So it may be that you have to let go of some stuff in order to make space for other things that want to come in and will be enormously beneficial for you. So releasing things, moving, turning the cycle that is life. All right, Terry. I don't know if you've ever come to a Friday before. How lovely to see you. This is a delight. Absolutely. See you in the best possible use of the phrase, of course. I sent you a big long message yesterday. I will assume that you got it. All right, so an energy for Terry during October. Something that will support your way forward. And Regina, I'm thinking there may be an opportunity coming to you that you something that's unexpected. So you're not necessarily planning for it, but you'll have to let something go in order to take it. So I think the card is just telling you a lot about being open, because there's good stuff coming. There is really good stuff coming. Okay. All right. This is for Terry. And this is, oh, nice one. Okay, you're welcome, Regina. Love this card. I love all these cards, and I know I say it all the time, but it's true. I also often say that somewhere somebody's got a deck of these. I just know they've put happy faces on those dandelions because they're so happy. So the optimism card, number 16, is a okay. It's all good. It's good to hear from you anyway, Terry. Number 16, the one, which is your integral self. The 6 is the number of humanitarianism and service to community, and I think very much reflects on your role in your professional career. They come together as a 7, which is always the teacher. And certainly I know that you do training, you train other people. There's a whole teaching and learning aspect to what you do. There's also a place for introspection and learning about yourself and about how all of your activities, not just professionally, but all of them, how they inform who you are and how you present yourself, and the kind of service that you want to give. That 6, that service is about the inborn desire to improve the world on your way through it, right? You want to leave the world in better shape than you found it. And that would be a very right thing to do, because when you were born, it needed some help. And it has changed a lot over the years. But the thing with this card is that however you are taking lessons, however you are teaching lessons and setting examples, it is for the good. This optimistic, happy yellow energy that is coming. Yellow is the solar plexus chakra, which is where sits our self-image and our image and knowledge and esteem and honoring, a place for honoring yourself as a positive force in the world who we can all be optimistic about the fact that you're here, that you're making things better. That's just a really lovely. And during October, I guess there's going to be good stuff coming. And some of it, all of it is going to improve your life. You can be optimistic about yours, but also there is an even better way for you to make something good for other people, and I'm not sure what shape that takes, but you can be optimistic about your role, the role that you are taking in the world, for sure, and very specifically in October. Okay, hello, Louise. It's your first time here. I certainly can give you a card. I'm sorry that you feel you're in need of help. Take a breath, get centered, be with, be with Louise. Louise. Louise came into the world to be Louise, and she's awesome. So just be with that and know that you are loved from beyond what you can see in the world. There is great love for you from other dimensions as well. So a card for Louise, for an energy that is around and will inform the way that October goes for Louise. Okay, oh my, all right. Yes, Terry, is good, is good. All right, so definitely a time of transition for Louise going on. We have number 27. It's too late. Don't get worried about it because it's a perfectly good card. It's one of those cards, you know, the way people get upset about the death card in tarot, and it really isn't about anybody dying. And these rotting grapes are not about anybody going rotten. This is about, like the release card that just came for somebody else, it's about that transition when what you might have expected has stopped being available, and you're kind of in between not knowing what is going to come next. These grapes had fermented on the vine. They were they were swollen, puffy, mushy, nasty. And the next thing that they did, and I wish I had taken more pictures really, they fell to the ground and created this pulpy, slimy kind of bed of just pure nutrition, so that the seeds within were so well kept warm over the winter and were able to grow enormously healthily and well, compared to any grapes that fell in another place and it was just a grape on the ground. These ones were given a bed and a whole ecosystem in which to thrive. So something that you are having to let go of, something that you expected that isn't going forward the way you expected it to, is instead turning into a launch pad for something far greater. This was only going to be a bunch of grapes. It missed that chance and became the beginning of a whole multitude of new grapevines. So there's a multiplication. There's a real having been made to wait. Your rewards are enormous. There's just multifold coming. Okay, all right. I'm glad that makes sense to you, Louise. The trying to go back, you can't go back. It's too late. It is too late. You cannot go back. Okay, the numbers 2 and 7. 7 is the teacher. I was just talking about the teacher there, and the idea of setting an example, of learning while you teach and teaching while you learn. So that is always true. 2 is the number for community, and whether that's about the one or two people in your household, or it's about a dozen people in your bubble, or it's about a workplace, or 100 people on a Zoom together because that's how you're working now. Whatever is your community, and you have an impact on that. And the teaching has a role. They're coming together in a 9, which is you do need to move forward, Louise, absolutely. 9 is the end. We're always in numerology. We add up the numbers till there's only one left. So 9 is the highest there is. It is the conclusion, it's the completion, and it's the preparation for the 1. We add 1 and 0 together when we get to 10, and we're back at 1 again with a different cycle starting and new stuff. So a really good number for you, I think, the 27. That is nice. And I have no doubt that you are equal to the task, Louise. I really, really do believe that. All right. Is there anybody else here? Hello, hello. Okay, so I'm going to talk. It's funny you brought the grapes up, because the community card that I drew for people who are seeing this on video and can't be here today, the card I have is the grapevines. You're so welcome, Louise. So welcome. Please like and share this page while you're here. And if you have time, head over to my webpage, sign up for the newsletter, and see. I do some Zoom stuff Tuesday afternoon for sure, my time. I'm on Zoom, and there are other opportunities that we could get together and have conversation. So keep tabs on that. So for the whole community, 2 for the community, 3 for the point of inspiration where new things are coming in from the unseen, adding together to 5, place of growth, expansion, adapting to new conditions, adjusting ourselves. And you know, it is really, really complicated. There are no straight lines in this picture. This is a grapevine during its winter season, and there are lots and lots of places where there will be new growth in the spring, but in the winter there's no, you can't sort of get in and follow a route through it and decide this is, or certainly I can't, I'm sure vintners can, but I can't, to figure out where the growth pattern is, and figuring out, there needs to be real study and understanding before you can draw meaning out of the way these dry vines are arranged. Very easy to break them if you handle them badly. Respecting the complexity, I guess, is part of how we move forward. So in October, things are complicated, this we know, all over the world, all over the everything that we're dealing with second wave, if that's what it is, of the virus, and the new lock-ins and lockdowns. Being careful not to create more damage than we're fixing, right? That's part of the brittleness of these. And remembering that any one route forward is going to affect multiple directions later on. So yeah, but we are going to expand and grow, and we will adjust. If there's anything particular about humans, there is the ability to adjust. Okay, Louise, you are so welcome. I'm not seeing anybody else. I have whined about it before, and if you've seen the videos, you know this, but I don't get to see the little eyeball symbol to tell me how many people are here. So, which seems seems really unfair. It is true, isn't it, Terry? Complicated October ahead of us all. So if there's anybody there who would like me to draw a card for them, let me know in the comments. If there's anybody else Feel free to invite your friends. I'm going to be here until 3 o'clock, so we have lots of time. I'm in the Eastern Zone. It's 2:19 right now. And what else can we talk about? Full moon tonight, or last night. We're in a full moon phase for sure. And there's going to be another one before the end of the month, which is very unusual and is worthy of note. It does mean that this is a really good time at the beginning of October to identify, in order to release. Oh, we're getting the card because it's too late, but we can be optimistic. Things that we don't want to carry forward into November. Right now, the moon is at its fullest. It's going to dwindle now for the next few days and weeks. So naming, if we have, I'm trying to think what we might have in our lives that we don't like. If we've got somebody, oh, I'm sure you do. Camp Cupcake must be fun. We all love the full moons. The fullness of it, though, is the beginning of the decline as it starts to wane. So when we put energy that we want to label as we're ready, we're done with it now, if we put that out there with the full moon, it can wane and go down and be eliminated as the new moon comes in between. And at the new moon, of course, then we can talk about the things that we want to grow and expand. Okay, Terry? Yeah. Yes, I'm laughing too. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, wonderful shift, wonderful weekend, whatever you're going off to. Enjoy the moon. And thank you so much for coming. I'm so delighted that you did. I'll look forward to hearing from you in other places. So cool. So cool. I do love this technology and the ways that we can connect through. And one of these days you must come to one of my Zooms so we can actually have a conversation. I would love that. Moons. Yes. So if you've got things that you want to say goodbye to, this is a good time to identify them over this weekend and give them to the moon. And whether that means write it down, bury it outside, whether it means be in a very safe, contained area and write it down and set fire to it, send the smoke to the moon, whether that just means sitting with the moon and meditating and releasing. There are multiple ways to do that, and they equally effective. If you don't have a quiet practice, this is a really good time to get with that sense of being with yourself, of being in that quiet spot where you can hear the voice of your own wisdom, and the wisdom that is in it is yours. It is in the cosmos, but it didn't fit into your tiny baby brain when you arrived. So you have to get quiet in order to hear it. All right. There is, oh my goodness, hello Simi. That's, I think, a new name for me, Simi. Welcome from India. Completely different time zone for sure. All right, so I'm drawing cards today around the energy we can expect in October that is there for us to work with, and I think sometimes it's sort of advising what we should be looking for in October. So I'm going to ask you to specifically ask for a card, Simi. You didn't say you wanted one, you only said hello. So I got the deck primed. I hope you want a card. It's autumn here in Ottawa. It is raining again. We've had, I think this third day in a row we've had rain, but it is very temperate. It's not too hot, not too cold. It's overcast and wet, but it's otherwise really quite comfortable. The trees are starting to turn beautiful colors in our deciduous trees. The maples beginning to turn red. Some very bright orange stuff going on. It's delightful, delightful. I'm very lucky to live where the seasons do that. Okay, Simi, have you fallen off? Let me know. Oh, okay, Simi, there you are. All right, you want to know when you will marry? Well, I have no idea, but we can look and see what October has for you. For Simi. A buried one. Oh, okay, I like this. 15. Number 15 is you. One is you, your central identity. And 5 is that growth and expansion and that adapting to new conditions. So I'm really, really sorry that you had a terrible breakup. And I also the number that comes up here is about your ability to adapt and adjust to new circumstances and to expand your soul. And when we feel sorrow, we have a new way of measuring our joy when we find it, and we have a new way of understanding and empathizing with other people who are in sorrow, whatever it's for. So I'm sorry about your breakup. I honestly am. And I'm aware that what you're going through and your emotional responses and the ways that you're having to deal with it are making you a softer and more approachable space where other people who have pain will be able to come to you, and you will understand them. It is hi Kathleen. It's going through hard stuff is hard. That's the way it is. How you come out of it depends a lot on how you approach each part of it. And when I see this card, this is a brilliant card, by the way. It's very much the orange border means that it's about the fruiting stage of life. So what comes next for you is built upon what has gone before. So the fruit of this breakup is going to be the ability to put things together in different ways. It's going to have been a really maturing experience for you. Hello, Lorna. Yes, absolutely. You'll be after Kathleen. Right now I'm reading for Simi, who has drawn this card. Energy for October, she has synthesis. And if you can see these brambles, I don't know how well they show up on your device, but there are berries in every stage of development right here. There's little white ones, there's green ones and pink ones and orange ones and purple ones and all the way through to the ripe black ones, which the energy that comes with this is about your ability to glean information from all different sources and all different stages of life and relationships and bring it all together and make it make sense. And the sorrow and the upset that you're having about this breakup is going to be part of that something that comes together and is much more positive maybe than you can even imagine right now, but it is coming. It is on its way. Hello, beautiful Laurie as well. Okay, so I'm going to read for Kathleen and then Lorna, then Laurie. It is lovely to see you all here. Thank you for being here. My intention today is around energies for October. So for Kathleen, for Kathleen. Oh, oh, Kathleen, I love you so much. It's telling you to breathe, and that may be one of the ways that you can control the circumstances that you're in. Number 4 is about just being really practical and reliable and dependable. And I know that you're coping. 4 lives on the physical plane, and I know you've got physical realities that are not easy to be dealing with. There's nothing you can do. This bird cannot grow until the snow has melted and spring has sprung. All it can do is breathe and wait for circumstances to change, and that's that kind of reflects where I believe you to be at, in all honesty. It is yeah, it's in the shade where it is. It's very protected and safe, and I hope you're the same. It's also in the shade and not feeling the pleasure of the winter sun that's reflecting off some of this snow. Okay, I hope that makes sense. All right. Okay, Simi, thank you. Thank you very much for your kind words. I really okay, Kathy. And Sanjita, whichever it is, I apologize for being wrong. Let me know if you would like me to draw a card for you. I'm going to draw for Lorna now, and then for Lori. And then if you would like one, Sanjita, let me know and I will draw for you. Simi, thank you. I didn't even think of that. Kathleen, yes. Spiky. They say kidney stones are very spiky. Oh, well, breathe. Pain control through breath. It's a thing. Inhale the light. Exhale through the pain, and let the light wash the pain away from you. So that's wow. Okay. Sanjita, I will indeed read for you after. Who are we doing? I've lost my track. Lorna. Okay, Lorna. And then Lori. Lorna. The energy for October that is around you. Oh, nice. You're connecting with meaning. Number 18 is a lovely number. It is you yourself, and that flowing energy that is 8, that is, it's symmetrical and balanced and very fair and just, and they add up together to make a 9, which is that holistic, everything is connected to everything. It's a time of completion, and these this barley, of course, is in full fruit. It's ready to be harvested and used. It is a this is a time when you're reaping the benefits of things that have gone before. The orange is about fruit, and so as you're maybe at a time where you're connecting to understanding your purpose and your how it is that you bring meaning to your life, and how therefore you're able to bring meaning to the life of your community and your whether it's your village or your family or whatever. That the person who brings the barley home, the person who cooks the barley are equally contributing to the welfare of everybody. And whichever role it is that you have, that meaning matters to the people around you. Okay, I hope that makes sense. That feels really good. There's a lovely, I'm getting really strong sort of harvesting energy from you, that there's stuff you've done before that's paying off now, and that's rather nice. Lori, delighted to see you. I worry that this is your work day and you're going to have to rush away. I always enjoy seeing your posts and knowing that you're there. Okay, for October. Oh, okay. I don't know what's happening with your work at this time. I'm sure you have to still show up. So allowing that idea that there are circumstances you just you can't fight. The snow, these are raspberry canes. They belong vertical. They grow vertical. They stand upright most of the year. But when the snow comes, if they tried to stay vertical, they would snap and break, and then they wouldn't bring another crop. So they just allow the weight of the snow to bend them over, and they wait it out, and they don't resist. So the idea number six, we what a lot of sixes we're talking about today. That humanitarian service, that bringing bringing beauty and caring into your community, improving your community on your way through it, right? By allowing the things that you cannot change to roll over you, and whatever that means. If you've got to bend over for a little while like a raspberry cane, then so be it. Because as soon as the snow is gone, boom, you're upright, you're on your way, you're doing what you intended to do in the first place. So I want to say it's about like some of the protocols that you're working with right now that are possibly very annoying and disruptive to your way of being, but you can't you can't fight it. It's only going to hurt you. Um, so just know that you can outlast whatever those conditions are. Right? You're hiding in your office, Lori. My goodness. Okay, I see Sanjita say that she would love a card, and that is wonderful. And then Sonali. Okay, love and light back to you, Lorna. Sonali, could you guide me for my relationship with my husband? Will we reconcile? I do not know that, but we will look at what energy is around you in October, and that might inform the final answer on that. I don't know. Sally Ann, welcome. Yes, I am well. I'm so glad that you are here. Sally Ann was my liaison last week, and this week I don't need one, which is, it doesn't mean I don't need Sally Ann. It just means that I'm happily working well. Okay, so this is going to be for Sanjita. All right. To hear a card from you to me. I like that. So this is about the energy around you in October. Ooh, we have nice things going on. You have drawn number 24, anticipation. These are buds on a peach tree. And 24 too, always about your community, the people you live with and work with and communicate with, and it's all you're in a relationship with everybody, right? You're, whether it's the guy who delivers your groceries, or it's me, or it's your lifetime deeply loving romantic partner, or your parent or your child. Each of those relationships can be represented by a two. So at some level, we're talking about that energy where it's you and somebody else. Four is that practical, solid, reliable. This year is a four where we're laying down a foundation for a new and different future, right? So very, very strong and stable, combined with community, and they're adding together to a six, where we improve the community on our way through it, where we provide service for the people in our village, in our sphere, whatever that is. And it's important to me that this card, it's the yellow means it's in a time of growth, because obviously those buds are not, they've still got growing to do, and they're going to transform to something else. But also the fact that this is blue sky, there are only a couple of cards in the deck where there's any amount of blue. And blue is for the throat chakra, so it's about communication. And which of course is naturally connects to singing, but or singing, I guess, singing. And don't sing because there's virus. Um, Speaking, talking, using words, also then writing and painting and whatever other kind uh, of way that you have of communicating what's within you and putting it out into the world. So anticipating, as these, we can anticipate the leaves that are going to come on this peach tree. Um, some sort of a solid and reliable system that serves your community really well. And it may be that you're the one who is writing the instruction manual or making the plan, preparing the agenda, whatever that is, that brings that blue throat energy in. Okay, I'm seeing. Oh, Terry, what a kind thing to say. Oh wow, got a bunch of people. All right, so the next. Where am I? Louise, we've done Louise. Kathleen, Lorna. Sanjita, that was Sanjita, right? Gosh, I hope I'm right. Where am I? My relationship with my husband. Okay, was that? Yes, because that was Lori, so that must have been Sanjita. So I have Sonali. Sonali is next. Okay, Sonali. What this says about reconciliation, I do not know, and I cannot be certain that this is going to be about reconciliation. It's going to be about October. That was the intention the cards were given. Okay, all right. So we have celebrate, which you will know how to interpret better than I will because I'm not there and I don't know what's going on. The 2 and the 5-2 is about a relationship, and as I said, that could be a lifelong romantic thing if that's where your focus is. 5 is about growth and expansion and adapting and adjusting to new situations. And they're coming together as a 7, which is always the teacher. So, from my perspective, this could be a yes or a no in terms of your question, will I get back together with my husband? I cannot give you a yes or a no because this card can go either way. For you, adapting to a new way of that relationship being is going to teach you. And whether that's a new way of being together after a breakup or it's going to be a new way of moving forward without him, I cannot say. I don't feel any clarity around that. The fact that it says celebrate, perhaps that means it's going to go your way. I don't know. The hawthorn is a flower that it blossoms around May Day here, around the 1st of May, so it's springtime. So if that has any bearing on a timeline that you're working with, I don't know if you're prepared to wait until May. I don't know if you should be waiting till May, and maybe May will come and you will just walk away from it. I don't know. Not, but for October, that you can celebrate yourself through October. Celebrate whatever it is that you have now that you didn't have in September and might not have in November. Be in a place, be here now, right? The ultimate teaching. Be here now. Celebrate that you woke up this morning, celebrate your breath, celebrate your physical body that can at least get you to a computer and type me a message. Celebrate the rising of the sun and the night sky. Whatever whatever you choose, you can celebrate, and that might be a really nice way to spend October in a space of gratitude for all of the wonder that's around you. And that might help you to shift how you are feeling and how you're relating to other people. And that, of course, then will shift your relationships. So that's all I'm going to say about that. All right. So I see Sally Ann came in. Nobody's ahead of you. Debbie! Debbie, did you want a card? I'm gonna Sally Ann, I'm gonna go ahead and read Sally Ann because she came in first, even though she didn't ask right away. Hello, M. And M, okay, Sanjita, I hope I answered the question for you. I see you've asked another one. What did I say? I said Sally Ann. I'm reading for Sally Ann now. And then I'm going to, okay, Lori, you are welcome. And Terry, thank you. That is a kind thing to say. Going to read for Sally Ann, and then I'm going to read for Debbie because I'm going to work on the assumption those 3 hearts mean you want a card. So it would be lovely if you clarified before I got to it, though. Okay. All right, Sally Ann. Sally Ann, I hope things are well in Wales. I hope all is well with your family. I love when I can picture somebody's face while I'm reading for them. And I hope one of these days you can get to one of my Zooms or something. Okay. Sally Ann for October. In October. Ooh, okay, nice. Whoops. Card throwing itself. We have number 32, so another 5. Change, growth, adaptation. And we have exploring. These are brambles that came out of their space they'd been living in and went marching across the driveway that had stopped being used. So if you some area that has traditionally not been a place or a field where you operated, it is available for you to go and just explore and experiment and see if it will support the kind of growth that you're looking for, right? 3 is about creativity. It's about your point of inspiration, where things come through from the unseen into the seen. Very often original thought and inspired thought and ideas that just land fully formed, and you didn't have to put them together. They're just there, a whole concept. And this 3 then is supporting your community and your relationships and whatever that 2 is representing in terms of the people in your life. They're adding together to a 5. So your original ideas with your community expanding, causing new ways of going forward, the same as these brambles have found a new way to go forward across that land that wasn't supporting any flat plants at all. So during October, Sally Ann's going exploring. That's rather nice. Okay. All right, Debbie Dunn. Debbie Dunn, yes, please. Okay, Debbie and then M. And then I don't see anybody new. So if you're here and you're not Debbie or M and you would like a card, let me. Leroy, absolutely Leroy. After I've done Debbie and M, I will draw for Leroy. Okay. So Debbie, nice to see you here. I saw a picture today. Yeah. If you draw that card, I will, oh, it's still in here too. So for Debbie, for October, okay, this is a nice one though, and it applies. This is empathy. So again, a yellow flower. So that solar plexus chakra, that seat of your self image and your self awareness and self esteem and the place where you honor yourself. So the reason that it's a 11 is empathy is the one is that central identity, right? And when you know who you are and you know what's seated in that solar plexus and that identity that you are using through life, it is then that you're able to connect, because of course these add together into a two. When you're in relationship with somebody else, you can see their intrinsic identity and their central reality, and it may be very different from yours, but you being empathetic means that you can honor that in them and feel kindly for them and feel a willingness to honor them, knowing that it doesn't in any way diminish you. Does that make sense, Deb? um it's a yeah, I sometimes I think last week I talked about this goldenrod. When I was growing up in England, in the north of England, my nana used to go to the garden shop and deliberately buy goldenrod to plant in her garden. She thought it was beautiful, and indeed it is. um I have lived now in places where it grows wild, and that just pleases me no end. It really does. Derek, how delightful to see you. That is lovely. Okay. Debbie M. M, you didn't specify that you wanted me to draw a card for you. So I'm going to draw for Leroy first. And then let me know. Let me know for certain. And Derek, I'm so glad that you caught me online too. Yes. Oh, okay, Debbie. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so I'm reading for Leroy. Let me know. M and Derek, let me know if you want a card. And we're reading today for energies around October and what's with you during October. So Leroy, oh, this is nice. Okay, so this is the design card, and I have very few regrets about this deck, but I'm sorry I didn't also take a picture of Queen Anne's lace from the side so that the engineering and the structure of it would be visible. But if you've ever met one, you know how complex and amazing and miraculous Queen Anne's lace can be. The idea of design is a reminder of our ability to self-determine our lives, to design what it is that we want to happen. Where do we want to be in 5 years, and what does that mean about this next year, and what does that mean about tomorrow? We can create our own futures by paying attention to it and being mindful and understanding what our goals and aspirations are. The one is your central identity, the person that you are and have been since the beginning of time and will be forever. That personality, that identity. Four is really strong, solid. Build something with four sides, it doesn't fall over, right? It's that engineered solidity and reliability and dependability. And we're adding those together, you and a plan, a solid base, and we're adding them together into a five, which is the number for growth and expansion. And we've talked about it a few times today. That ability to adjust to changing conditions, which we're all having to exercise during this time of everything changing. your ability to adapt yourself and your behavior and your responses to things, so that you can move towards what your ultimate goal is. So for that, for during October, I would say if you don't have a plan for yourself, to just think about what do you want, how do you want your obituary to read, right? And how do you get there from here? That's yes. So that's where that is. Okay, M, you have maybe left, but I don't see. So that was for Leroy. So the next person who has said yes is Derek. Lovely to see you. And I don't know if you even, I don't know. Yeah, you certainly have been on the land where all these pictures were taken. That's kind of cool. I don't know. I don't know that anybody who's ever attended for whom that was true. You're welcome, Leroy. Very welcome. Thank you for being here. I don't recognize your name. That might be just me in my memory. But if it was your first time, welcome. And if it was a repeat visit, thank you. And please come again. And remember to sign up so you get updates and things. Okay, this is for Derek for October. Oh, this is nice. I don't know how this applies to you because we haven't been talking. This is number 8, which is very much about the flow of energy in a balanced and symmetrical way. I love you know how a meadow full of redhead fountain grass looks when the breeze ripples over it and you see that flow. That who has seen the wind, we have seen it in fountain grass. um this is a fruit. This grass is in the stage of being fully in fruit, with those seed pods at the top that are going to create the next generations. So wherever you are this October, you are reaping benefits of things that you've done in the past, and you're in a place. I don't know if you're there's this flow of energy that you are directing, and whether you're buying and selling again, and that flow is about bringing something from the past and moving it to someone else in a very fair and balanced way. I'm not sure. There's the 8. It's about justice, and I have no knowledge whether you've got any kind of legal issue going on, but there is fairness and balance and and justice being really really objective about the way things are turning out. The two sides being equal. With the 8, you can divide them across the middle and get mirror images. And if you divide it with a vertical line down the center, you get mirror images too. So there's this lovely balanced energy that comes, and of course that flow that brings things. It's like the in breath and the out breath. You can't have one without the other. It's this, and of course when we lie it down and do it like this, the symbol for infinity. So that connection between the seen and the unseen, and all the. I think for some reason it is very important that you are getting the benefit of things that you've done in the past. And that can be about relationships where you did a kindness to someone and they're going to come show up again and return the favor or something like that. The restoring balance to the universe at all times. That seems to be how that goes. I hope that makes sense. All right, and I see Ursa. Oh, Ursa, you need to get a hold of me on my website. Make an appointment because we could spend an hour guiding you about your life. I would be delighted to do that. It's you can if you go on my website to readings and sign up for one of the options that's there. For today, I can do your energy for October, and we'll see how that starts out. 8 and 5 is 3. You're in a 7 year this year, so you're learning a lot of things. 7 is the teacher, and who you are at at the end of this year is going to be very different from who you were on January 1st. But being conscious about the learning and not resisting what's happening in life, but being reflective, maybe do some journaling, writing down, and it doesn't matter if you tear it up and throw it away afterwards, but writing it down to reinforce for yourself what the lessons are. Okay, so we're going to look at, oh, okay, Derek, I'm glad that made sense for you. Yes, hugs to you. And I see your picture and I saw your date on the feed, and I remember. I do remember. Okay, Ursa. Ursa for October. So my greetings to all the family. Say hi to your mum, Derek, for sure, and Sue, for sure, and Chuck, and everybody else. Yes. Okay. All right. Ursa for October. Okay, for October. Oh, you're kind of stuck. All right, so you're in a 7 year. This means, yeah, this October should be a little bit better than September was, but you are kind of stuck. It's that 4 solid, square, reliable. It can be a bit ploddy, and in a 7 year, that means that you are learning, and maybe one of the things you're learning is about patience and about expectations, but it feels stuck and unmoving, and you are maybe impatient about it, and there are right now rushing into things, being impulsive is not going to be helpful. This rose bush, this was taken in Nova Scotia, which is Atlantic and wintry. Well, when it's winter, it's wintry. We get freezing rain, which falls as a super cold liquid, and then when it hits something, it freezes. So it forms. It's nearly like the plants have been dipped in glass. They're so beautiful. Um, But of course, if you try to move them, then you damage the plant inside. So being impulsive, rushing in, trying to do things, not at all helpful, not at all in any way positive. In fact, it will set you backwards. So, all right, Ursa, you need at least come to one of my Zooms on a Tuesday so that we can talk. I'm delighted. I love it when people say things like that. Um, so yeah, I'm sorry you're going to have to wait. You really are going to have to wait. October is not your time for rushing off in all directions. But you're the person I just told to journal, right? So do the journeying, do the exploration, but make it internal. Learn about Ursa, learn about the things that you want to do when you get to start moving again, and create that atmosphere where you have a direction that you know you're going to go as soon as you're able to. And when you know what direction you want to go, sometimes then, the bus goes ding ding, I'm on my way, and you get to climb on it. So sitting wishing and or being impulsive, I think the impulsivity has been part of your problem. All right. I think everybody Everybody who asked has received. M, I'm sorry, you must have gone because you're not here and you didn't ask and I didn't read for you. For the community, I drew the card number 23, complexity. So relationships and creativity coming together, and we're all growing and adapting and adjusting to new stuff. 5 is wonderful expansion for everybody. All right, this has been lovely. Well, Ursa, thank you. Write me a testimonial for the website. We'll figure something out. That's cool. See, we need to talk, Ursa. I'm seeing this. I really am. Like and follow this page, and head over to my webpage, and we will try to make a connection. I'll let you know my next Zoom. Namaste. Um, and then we can, with Zoom, we can have a face to face and perhaps go further. All right. It's after 3 o'clock. It's well after 3 o'clock. So thank you everybody who came. Thank you everybody who's watching the video. Very, very happy to have been here. This card deck, you know, I can't find I don't see the bag. Okay, yes, here we go. The card deck is available for sale at joleith.com, and I would be delighted if you had one too. All right. Namaste, everybody. Thank you. I will be back next Friday, 2 o'clock Eastern. I shall look forward to seeing you again. Bye-bye.